What's up YouTube, Akio back with another video, and in today's video is actually very special. The Houston Dynamo have just signed their youngest ever homegrown player to the first team. That player is 15-year-old Juan Castilla. Juan Castilla played for the Houston Dynamo Academy and was recently moved up to the Houston Dynamo first team on a pre-contract that is effective on January 1st, 2021. So Juan Castilla has actually grinded so hard through the academy ranks. He has one of the best mentalities as a young player, and this is why he got his first professional contract. So he's going to be talking about his journey and all the things that he had to endure to get where he is today, and I hope you guys enjoy this. So let's get straight to it.
Hi guys, my name is Juan Castilla. I'm a midfielder for the Houston Dynamo, and today I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about my story and how I got to where I am today. And thank you, Will, for having me on. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. So, growing up, I moved to the U.S. pretty young age. I played in a local club, and my dad coached me for most of the time there. And just growing up with him by my side was a big part of how I developed as a player, and he helped me a lot in a lot of things. And so I played with club for about until I was 7, and then when I was 7 I moved to Dynamo's pre-academy, and I played there up until 11, which was my first year of actual DA. And then when I turned 12 I left to play in Spain, in Valencia, and I was there for a year and a half with a club named Alboraya, and it was a really good experience, and it helped me grow as a player. It helped me see the game from different points of views and how they saw it compared to how we saw it in the US. And I just matured a lot because I was there on my own without my family, so it taught me a lot of things, and it was a really good experience for me. And then I came back to the U.S. And joining the Columbus Crew Academy when I was 14, and it was just another MLS academy that was really helpful to me. I was also away from my family, but at the same time I was closer to them. Like, they would come watch some of my games, and that was a big part of why I succeeded, because it helped me mentally whenever I got to see my family and whenever I saw them in the stands. And so after that, I came to Dynamo last year to resume with them, and it's just been great. I've learned a lot throughout the time I've been here, and now I've developed into the player that I am, and I got this opportunity now. So growing up, I had been playing up basically my whole life. Actually, when I joined the academy, I joined through a ID camp for 03s, and so my dad signed me up as an 03, and in reality I was an 04. So Dynamo didn't come to find out that I was an 04 until probably a year, 2 years later. So I had been playing up throughout that time, and then normally everywhere I went I would play up in age group, and that basically, I guess, it forced me to learn to play quicker than everybody, since I wasn't ever the biggest kid or the fastest kid. So just always being put in situations where I have to think faster just developed me into the player I am. So whenever I went to train with the first team, it was similar in its own way, because obviously they're professional athletes, so they were a lot faster and stronger. But since I had always been used to having to think quick whenever I was there, that was the main thing that usually helped me stay at the level with them. Just because my mental speed was at their speed, so I never really had to use my physical aspect, which isn't my strongest aspect of my game. So that's really the big factor that helped me and succeed with them. Being involved in an MLS academy since basically this age of 7 was a huge part in all of this, just because the professionalism and the coaching and just the players around you are all top class, and especially here in the city of Houston where there's so much talent. When everyone came together, it was just super competitive, and I always had a challenge whenever I went to training. And just also in Columbus, it was similar because it's both MLS academies. They take the development of the player very serious, and they're working to create professionals. So it just gives you that professional environment from rather than a club soccer team that's not really as professional as an MLS team would be. I would say the biggest difference between academy and first team is just the speed of play. Like, the balls are played harder, and you have players that are faster and stronger, which just makes the whole game quicker. Compared to an academy where the passes are not as hard and players are still developing physically, so the pressure isn't as fast or isn't as hard as it is in the first team. So whenever you have a professional athlete pressing you, you just have to think a lot faster rather than when you have an academy kid pressing you. And the way I dealt with that was just thinking quicker. After the first few plays, I saw how everything was just at another level and everything was so much faster. So my mind just adapted to it, and after the first few minutes, I was able to really train with them and not bring the tempo down. So that's the way I dealt with it, just playing quicker and thinking quicker and just trying to always think one step ahead, because obviously the physical aspect isn't there yet. So I always had to be quicker than everybody, thinking wise. So being able to sign as a 15-year-old is obviously something that makes me very proud of all the work I put in, all the work that my family put in, and just the coaching staff and everyone that's helped me. It's just a whole bunch of work and sacrifices. So, and reaching my goal at such a young age is really special. And that doesn't take away the fact that if I signed later on in my career, 18, 19, it would still be super special for me. But signing at 15 just makes it a little bit more special, and a memory that obviously I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. And apart from signing at a young age, just being able to sign with this club that I've looked up to my whole life, basically, going to the games, watching these players in the stadium are now the players that I train with. It's just really big honor to represent this city that I grew up in, and I'm really happy and really proud to be able to be here in this club and play for this city. Well, I was a kid as well, just with a dream, trying to make it, and through the years I've learned a lot. And if I were to be able to give my young self advice, it would probably just be to always work hard and stay motivated, because it's always not going to be good stuff. Like, there's going to be bad stuff, there's going to be ups and downs, and you're going to have to work through that. And that's, at the end of the day, it's the bad moments and the downs that really form you as a person and as a player, and it helps you develop. So whenever and further in your career, when you meet another bad moment, you'll know how to deal with it and be able to deal with it more effectively. So that would probably be the advice I would give to a young me trying to make it. Thanks, Will, for having me and letting me share my story and inspire others. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel and leave a like on this video. Thank you.